What's going on, guys? Kulprit here, and welcome back once again to my Oxygen Not Included Let's Play. Alright, getting a little easier there. This is episode 3. I like to say the episode numbers in the beginning while I can make it really stick in my memory. It's very easy to do. Usually lose track of that around episode 5. So as we explore down, we get to see a little bit more of the map. We got some contaminated water here, which is excellent. Got a little moob, I think that's what they're called, right? Moobs? Morbs. Now, these guys, yeah, if any of your people die, they literally will produce these things. So that is an idea I'm going to play with at some point. I'm going to basically make a gas chamber, seal it off, airlock it. Maybe I accept the guy and I just send him in there, into the gas chamber, let him die. These things seem to just spawn on dead bodies. They really like dead bodies. Have this room full of these guys. Now, maybe they can only spawn one at a time. I don't know. We'll have to see. We can probably move them away into another room. If I can get a bunch of these to spawn, because these guys as well, I believe, disease-ridden, which is a problem. You don't want your people in contact with them. But if I'm correct, I believe they eat. Do they eat chemicals and then produce contaminated oxygen? I believe that's what it is. So let's say I broke this right here, and I think we'll run this experiment. We got hydrogen here, we got chlorine here. I think he will eat the chlorine and can convert it to contaminated oxygen. Contaminated oxygen, it's a lot less dangerous than chlorine, a lot less dangerous than hydrogen, but at the same time, like, chlorine and hydrogen are like easier to manage because they're very heavy, very light. I have a way of dealing with hydrogen. I don't really have a good way of dealing with chlorine that I'm thinking of off my top of my head. So maybe that wouldn't be a bad idea. I have a way with dealing with carbon dioxide. Chlorine, so maybe something like him, like keeping him down here and just letting the chlorine fall down to him. He eats it, turns it into... there's chlorine in here, so let's keep a lookout. There's some chlorine in there. Chlorine in here. Yeah, definitely be chlorine in there. So let's see if this eventually turns to... contaminated oxygen. This should eventually get to be 100% contaminated oxygen. So let's see what happens in there. Take note of that, gentlemen. This is a big area. Like, honestly, I'm going to say right now, episode 3, I think this spawn sucks. I really do. We'll see. We'll see how we can do. There's a lot of chlorine. A lot of chlorine. Chlorine has no purpose as far as I know in the game right now. So this is just like an environmental thing I have to deal with. I have to figure out a way to deal with it. A dangerous, but it has no added effect to me. So at the very least, I'm going to have to waste power to pump it away from me, which is a problem. Hydrogen, I can always turn to power, even at a small scale, but I can get rid of it. There's a lot of algae and slime, so we're going to have to, which might help us rely on these a lot longer. I do change from those, they're not even showing up there, to the enzymes. These literally just use algae to turn oxygen. I believe do they use a little bit of... No, they don't use any water. That's excellent. There's another one that's much more efficient. It's called the enzymer or something like that. It uses straight water to produce a lot more electricity, but it does use water. It's more efficient at what it does, but it uses water. So if I can just use as much algae as I can into these and put off using those enzymers as long as I possibly can, that's just more water I'm going to have at the end game. So that I'm going to start thinking might be one of the strengths of this spawn, because I have tons of algae, tons of slime. It looks like. I mean, we don't quite know yet. So that's one of my thoughts right there. See, he's still chilled, and so is my guy. My guy was chilled too, so I'm curious if he's going to just poof and disappear on us. Part of me wants to just start doing some exploratory tunnels, because I really need to find some dirty water. But we got these guys are digging this. We should have some granite going here soon. Like I said, that's going to be a space there. So let's start getting some tiles. Here we go. Now we got some choices. That's a space. That's that. He's gonna be. Yeah, that's gonna be an overhang. The overhang there. Then we're gonna do a door here. I think is what we're gonna do. Do a door there. Now this clean water tank. I'm just going to leave these out for now. We are going to make double-sided walls. Like I said, last time I had a ton of clean water. Like a big tank. Like maybe this, I don't even know. It was like 400,000 gallons maybe? A lot. And my tank was made out of sandstone. Does it tell you? Oh, wow. It tells you the run speed, huh? None of these are different, though, huh? Okay, just tiles. Okay. And suddenly my tank broke at the bottom, and water rushed everywhere, and I cleaned it up as best I could. I had it pretty well contained, but I did lose some. I don't know how, I don't know why. I guess maybe just absorption or something. I lost a lot of water, like 100,000 gallons. I was pretty upset. And all the sandstone tiles were, like, cracked. So the only thing I can think of is that it broke under the weight. Nothing exploded, nothing blew up. I didn't tell anybody to queue anything up, like to dig there by accident. And I have read that it will stress crack. So we're doing granite. I'm assuming granite is the strongest. It is in every other game typically. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what to do here. I'm just gonna do 4 there for now. I'm leaving a space to put a statue. I like statues. Now, truth be told, this guy's ability is gonna be terrible. Yeah, he's not gonna be a very. I don't think we even have. Do we have anybody that's good at art? 0, 4. Okay. That's not a bad start. So, alright, Bea, go ahead and make some art for us. That'll help our morale. Yeah. And we're going to keep working on this. I'm just trying to figure out, like, I'm just trying to visually look at these and be like, how big do I have to make this? But I'm going to make it pretty big. Hydrogen. Alright, probably take... Gonna run a ladder up here. Grab that plant. Anyway, and this will just kind of give me... let me explore up here. See up there a little bit. Let me grab that plant. Because I'm probably going to release a little bit of this. The chlorine will stay here. But I want to get down into here, to be honest. And I'll probably go over into here. Again, hydrogen. It will escape. A little hydrogen is definitely going to escape. I can always expand this later. I can make the tank just, you know... do another wall here, and then break the wall. So I can expand it. Another reason I want it on the edge of my base, because when I have it in the middle, like I've been having it under the main column. And then I had a dirty tank on the one side. I had 2 dirty tanks on each side. I ended up not using one. But by being in the middle, I had no way to like adapt it or change it or expand it. So it kind of locked me in. And that, like, literally your clean water tank, in my opinion, is your most important thing in your base. So it was a problem. See these cracks right here? These cracks are exactly what happened. Yep, these cracks are exactly what happened to my clean water tank. So I'm assuming this is the stone weakening. Not these cracks. These, like, white cracks on them, like scratches. That's exactly what happened. Alright, so what we're going to do here, too, is we're going to do another... Okay, we're going to eventually put a door here. And then what I'll probably do is do a lip. No, I can't do that lip, can I? So if we do this, that's not what I want to do. We don't want to. We want to cancel the cancel. Obsidian, so then we can do a step down. I mean, is that overthinking it? It's probably overthinking it. Let's just keep it simple, stupid. We'll do a little ledge there. We'll do a ladder, and that'll be what we do. I don't see any way I take someone on right now. Vomiter, vomiter, vomiter. There you go. Get lost. I'm not even looking. I'm not being tempted. Get lost. All right, we got some food coming. Seeds. We have some more mealwood seeds, so we can expand the farm. Always want to keep... Like, if I have this row going, we should be pretty good on food, especially with only 4 people. I'm gonna go back to middle speed. So we're doing okay. I've probably actually made this too big too quickly. I'm not going to make massage beds until I start seeing the stress go up. So my thinking here is we're going to have a farm level here. A farm level here. Then the level we make here, once we move the water, is going to be the mess hall. I'm going to put some mess tables in there so they can sit and eat in a nice room. Again, it'll be good for morale. Up here is just going to kind of be utility. Going to be massage tables. So if I have 4 dupes, I like to have at least, like, say, at least 2 massage tables. But probably, I mean, I could probably do easily 4 in here. So that as they get stressed, I can just send them all to get massages. They're all going to feel... Whoa, whoa, whoa. She's doing masterpieces already? Wow, okay. That's awesome. I didn't know that was possible. Mediocre sculpture, okay. I didn't know she could make... I thought she had to be much higher to make masterpieces. That's awesome for us. I'll show you. Let's see here. Decor. You can see that now. See how red it is? How it always was red? Now we're starting to get some green in here, and it's going to just keep them happy while they sleep. One thing I've debated is whether I want to make, like, singular rooms. Like, if I... Like how I'm doing these little rooms here. There'll probably be ladders running down over here or something. I think we said we were going to make them 10, didn't we? If just over here, I put little pocket rooms on every floor. I'm only going to have 4 to 6 guys, right? So it's not a ton of rooms. And then they don't get woken up. So it's something I was just getting into. Yeah, we definitely want to... Might want to throw some scrubbers over here at some point, too. Furniture, massage table, ceiling light. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really mess with that. We'll put a painting above there. We'll put another sculpture. Looks like a big phallic symbol. We have more research. Power. Liquid. Yeah, liquid pumping is what we want next, because we're going to have to start moving this water. Oxygen seems pretty good. You can see how the carbon dioxide is heavy. It's staying here. It's not going to move. It's heavy. It's where it wants to be. Yeah, see down here, it's settling down here. The carbon dioxide is very, very easy to manage. It's much heavier. The biggest pain in the ass tends to be oxygen and contaminated oxygen. It mingles a lot. It's not much different in weight. So you have to move it more with pressure and air movement. So if your area is kind of pressurized, it will settle. The contaminated oxygen will settle down. And then, you can stratify. Once you stratify everything, then you can kind of manage things. Alright, these guys are on here running. She's doing it. That's the problem there. It's eating up. The painting's eating up a lot. But painting is important. I put 2 more beds in the middle. I can put the plants and statues in between. We're just going to decor this out. It's going to be their nice little safe place for the little snowflakes. Deconstruct that. This water was always... Yeah, it was always... I feel like this water just dropped. Guys, I could tell them to start working on this, but this isn't hugely important right now. Decor actually is more important. How's this guy doing up here? He's still chilled. And then we had this guy down here we wanted to monitor, right? Again, not seeing any. See, so the chlorine is still in here. So it doesn't seem like he eats it. Now, does it tell me? Morb needs health. That's right, he is aggro too, so he will fight us. He's easy to beat though. There's some water. It's a decent sized little water deposit. Diseased, sure. What is this? They do something though. We'll have to run some experiments. I believe it does something. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm misremembering him. This is all oxygen here, contaminated. I mean, if I'm gonna have something to deal with, at least I can put what's called the scrubber. Do I have one of them yet? Yeah, it'll scrub it, but it doesn't produce anything, so it's not something I like to do. Food. We'll put another plant there. We want to keep this food working for us. We want seeds in the ground. Seeds don't do us any good in our inventory. See, 1 toilet's down. That's why we build 2. Algae. How's algae doing? Yeah, see, we're almost out of algae. That's a problem. So you can see how quickly algae goes. Algae, especially towards late game, and this little algae deoxidizer, basically is kind of like a little bonus oxygen. I'm like, once I get my base design up and I have my main oxygen, pushing oxygen up, I'll put like 1 or 2 of these in maybe like little areas I need help, either through pressure or kind of airflow. It's not exactly where I'm relying on it to like provide us with life-sustaining oxygen. It's just kind of like added little pressure somewhere or added airflow. It's kind of maybe push that contaminated oxygen one way or get the CO2 moving so it falls down, and just kind of use it to help move the air around and give me a little extra oxygen. Because it doesn't hurt to burn off the algae. I don't really use the algae for anything else. Alright, so where are these guys? Like, what are they working on right now? Alright, so we're going to be dangerously close. I might have to make some food. I really don't want to, but we might have to. We'll see. We'll see. As you can see, 6,000 field rations left. We do have a little food up here we can get. I don't know why he hasn't moved a little further up there. Oh wow, this is already all... No, it's all carbon dioxide. So this is immediately going to fall down. Probably fill up in here, fill up down here. That's right, because I put all the decor up. It's like, come on, guys. That's a mediocre sculpture. What does that give? Quaint? What is this? What is this button? F7? Oh, I thought I just stopped the recording for a second. Plus 20 on a mediocre sculpture. That's not bad. A masterpiece gives 20 as well. Oh, wait, that's... Yeah. Yep. So, like the mediocre sculpture gives the same as the painting? That's interesting. Blank canvases give decor too. Huh. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to clean this up. I'm going to definitely have to get some storage going. Storage is one of the biggest pain in the butts in this game by far. I've actually grown to like putting storage up here into the bad air zone just because it's like I don't put anything else up there. I don't like I've sometimes put sculpture in early or storage in early, and it's a pain in the butt. Send it in your way, and it's like where you want to build something else. Oh, we'll fast forward this up a little bit. If we get in there, we can get that. Oh, actually, there's a couple plants in there. I wonder how that wasn't like that. There was one plant up here. I wonder if they like self-seed. This little mealworm guy. What kind of self-seed somewhere? I don't know. Never watched it close enough. So there you go. We're out of algae. All right, I think we can. I think we're okay to do this. I don't think this water would go over anyway, and I think this sandstone will hold it. The sand would burst. Yeah, this chick is coming through good for us with the Mona Lisa dupes. Alright, come on, guys. Food's on its way. Trying to get some algae so we can keep that oxygen. There you go. We're okay for now. We've got some decent oxygen. Alright, let's start this here. Let's start prioritizing this a little different. Start getting this dug out, boys. Decor is pretty good. I'm actually going to start working on a statue. I mean, a masterpiece statue would be... I mean, that's pretty crazy. I'm going to basically, I think, just start putting statues on all the landings like this, I guess. Food shortage, 2,000. Like I said, I'm going to make... I think everybody's going to eat, so they should be okay. It's not telling me anybody's starving. I have idle people. Why do I have idle people? There's something here that's not letting them... I don't understand. Why can't they... Oh, right here. Because they can't get there. That's why. Stupid me. That's why they weren't doing it. Human error, like it always is. So going with the 3 block, I usually go a ladder shaft with the permeable blocks. I'm going to try to just keep this straight 3 blocks, and we're going to watch it a little bit. Or, you know what, maybe we can do 3 block wide open, and then just the permeable blocks on this side once we get the base built, and just see how the airflow maybe differentiates. This is going to be a lot of... I mean, I have a lot of oxygen. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, so then we're going to go in here with our obsidian blocks. I'm over-engineering this 100%. That's okay. That's quite alright. Food shortage, 4,000. Oh, so are some of the plants coming in, or do we just get through here? Where'd that little uptick in food come from? Not sure. But okay, we'll see. Right now we have 4 mealwood seeds, so again, we can add... Just keep building them. Oh, so they're eating. Okay. Muckroot, 3,000. So if these guys are going to start coming in, that'll be good. That'll be good. Granite tile walls. I don't see this breaking then. Again, there's going to be a door here. Keep anything nasty out of here. I don't think a lip is necessary. I hope I don't come to regret that. I'll probably have to put a tank in, pump in here once I get everything set up just to get the CO2 out. It's going to get kind of trapped in here. I could put permeable tiles to let it kind of vent out, but I'd really rather not have permeable tiles at the very least. I have suspicions that they might leak. At the very least, there's a visual bug where like the water gets into the tile. I just don't like it, so I'm going to try to avoid using them if I can. You know, I can always put a pump in here that can pump this stuff out. but it's hard, but especially with CO2, because CO2 sinks. So that means I have to put the pump very close to the water line. And it's a pain in the butt, but it's not crucial either. Once this is set up, they won't really need to be in the water very often. How are these guys doing in here? Sleeping. Dirty hands, grimy and tired. Dirty hands, grimy. Now, dirty hands. There's such a thing as let's look in here. We've got the pumpers. Okay, good. I'm trying to think of how I decided I wanted to go about this. Obviously, I can drop this down. I can move these guys over. Is anything else new? Jeez, we have... This is alright water, but not great. Like, I need more water than that. I can't believe that we haven't found really any extra water. Man, oh man, it's so much chlor. Like, this is some water, but I gotta worry about letting him out until I'm ready. Little bit of water there. You'd think this looks like bionic or bionic. Oh my gosh. I'm going for organic. I don't know what word I was actually trying to say. You'd think with all this organic stuff we'd have some water in here. It's a little perplexing. Now this guy, just trying to I mean, no, we could dig this out. Little channel down into here, and then that one into here. But this is gonna get, so I should do this one last, to be honest. We'll see. Might just make sense to just end up pumping that. Yeah, worst case scenario, if this does come through, we'll deal with it. I'm not too worried about chlorine. I mean, am I really kind of... I think I'm splitting hairs here a little bit. I guess I can always expand this later if really need be. This tile doesn't have to be. This one can be sandstone. I'll make this granite. Sandstone. See, that sand will break, so I don't... Yeah, we're gonna just keep this off. I don't want to be messing under there. I mean, the water falls in, it's not the end of the world, but I don't want it falling in until I need it to fall in. Just pop those out so they have a platform to stand up to make that for now. And then, like I said, I'm gonna take... Pop this ladder down into here. Like this. It's granite. And we'll make this kind of drop down a couple. This will fill into here. I think? I don't know actually. This is a lot of water, so this will fill this up pretty good. Everything else looks okay. Food's coming in. We should be okay. We should be just turning the food around right now. But okay, as I continue digging on the tank here, we're going to wrap this episode up. We'll come right back. We're going to focus on this water tank. Get the water tucked away, secure. Feeling good about that. And then, man, we're really going to probably have to do some shafts down and start finding some water. So I don't necessarily have to start transporting it, but I just like to know I have supplies somewhere. Okay, I was like, why is that water flowing? Very, very concerned about water right now. Everything else is going pretty well. Once I can get this water out of here, I'm going to build this. Remember, this is going to be another plant layer, like another crop layer, like here. Mealwood. Mealwood. And then below this is going to be kind of like right in here. What I'm thinking, this layer in here probably be... I would have to stare at this when I have it set up. The filtration, maybe? Because at the lowest point is what I have to set up the carbon dioxide scrubbers, because the carbon is going to settle to the bottom. I'm going to have the algae oxidizers. They're not as important. Yeah, I'm going to have pumps to feed the enzymers. I'm trying to think if they should be above or below. So we'll have to look at this as we get to it, as we unlock some of the stuff, which actually we need to do here. We've got liquid pumping. We might as well do the gas piping. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. Hope you're enjoying it. Basically coming along pretty well. I have very big concerns about water long term. We have plenty of water for the short term, probably plenty of water to get us to 100 cycles. But of course, like, we want to acquire and collect and stockpile water as much as we can. Got a little bit of a break with this Puff. I think we could have some, if nothing else, we could have some fun with him and learn some things and try to use him. If you guys have any ideas, love to hear them. Any experience and ideas. Big. All right, this is a good pocket of water. Okay, so we got a little break there, so now we can see a little bit more. I thought this ended here, so this is a pretty good pocket of water. I need to find a couple of these, though. And there's so much algae and slime. Now, the problem with, like, we're going to have to come down here and get this water, clearly. Again, the problem with slime is as soon as you mine a slime block, it turns into a slime ball, like these, that produce the contaminated oxygen. So until you're really ready to deal with that with some air scrubbers and airlocks, I really don't want to go down here. So we might even tunnel down into here. Now, the absolute, this stuff is interesting. And again, we're going over time here, so I'm going to wrap up, make this quick. Look at the temperature on this. Negative 457. So a lot of people were like theorizing we might be able to use this to then, say, turn oxygen, dirty oxygen, to liquid oxygen, and then letting it melt as pure oxygen. But unfortunately, it has, does it say in here somewhere, melting point properties, solid material special, thermal conductivity, 0. So even if I dug a tunnel in here, put water in here, it will not freeze the water, which kind of stinks. All right, so we've got the chance here. We're going to turn this guy away, and that'll end this episode. Destructive amphibious, it's not bad. See, no, I guess that's holding their lungs. No, I'm thinking of the wrong thing. My guys are not underwater as much to make that really worth it. The 7 construction's good, though. I need to get someone... I mean, getting a higher learning would be good, but we're already pretty well through the tech tree, so it's not imperative. But we're not getting any of these guys. We're not taking anybody on right now. We're not taking anybody on until our food starts turning around. All right, these should be harvesting soon, but I am actually going to make a couple of these. I'm just going to make a couple. And this way we have those if we need. We're just going to make that. So it's going to cost you some water, but we're very close right now. But anyway, I got to end this episode. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Love to hear your feedback. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know which direction you'd like to see me go. Of course, any advice and experience you have, very, very welcome. Otherwise, guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.